Hi everyone. What I'm going to do is do some feather sticks. My version of feather sticks. Everybody does it differently, but anyway, in order to do it, I got to split. Oh yeah, that's not working. So we got a couple of pieces here. Some will be feathered, some I'll do a different treatment with. I like to take the bark off because, well, bark is usually wet. As you can see, that first layer is wet. Anyway, basically, you need a good surface, right? And you're pushing with your body, not your hand. All right. There we go. Now, I'm going at different angles, all right, with this. Everywhere, as you can see, every time you make a cut, it makes two ridges. One here, one here. And then I just go into that ridge. Some of them will come off, right? This is not an exact science. There is no perfect way. There is no right way. It just takes practice. Anywhere you get an edge, you just push down on it. As you can see, even on you know, what's amazing is that, you know, don't throw that away. You want that. What is amazing about this, on a single piece of wood, you may have 3 or 4 different types of grain directions, or I don't know if it's grain directions, but it'll feather in a specific way, right? And you just keep going, putting more and more on it. Some people like the big, long, curly Q ones. They're great, right? It depends on your piece of wood. This has a lot of knots in it. Like, I mean, there's one here, one here, one here, one here. So I'm not going to get the big, long, curly Q. When you're in softwood country, there's a lot of wood, but it's not the best wood in the world for feather sticking because you can't get those big, long curls that people want. So you got to go with what you have, right? Anyway, you sort of just keep at it, and you know, depending on what the wood is going to be used for, you can either leave it attached to the stick or let it go, or keep going until you go right through. And it really doesn't matter, right? Right? That just gives you a nice little, whatever you want to call that. And then something like this, I might take, and I'll split it down into small little bits of kindling. Right? See that knot's frigging that up. So, and another thing you can do shavings. Just everyday shavings. Basically, what you're doing is just you're processing wood. That's all going to burn. Alright? Again, take off the bark. Knots. Now this is a technique, this type of technique is for cutting wood with knots in it and stuff like this. Basically you're holding the knife firm and you're pulling with this arm. Alright? But now, just a gentle, you know, I'm not even putting any pressure on this. Alright? And you're going to get, you get a piece of clear wood here. You get a few long strands. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. Right? And I'm not pushing with my arm, I'm sort of pushing with my body. As if you notice my arm remains stiff and rigid. Right? And you just keep doing what you're doing. Now, the thing about feather sticks, preparing your kindling, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter how much time you take. Your ultimate goal is to light this thing with minimum amount of mass, minimum amount of flint and steel, tinder, whatever, right? So basically, what you want to do is spend a lot of time doing your prep work. And if you spend a lot of time doing your prep work, and you get a lot of this material done up, you'll have a fire in no time. It might take you half an hour. If you spend 45 minutes doing prep work, then fine. I mean, that's great. I don't have a problem with that. I've spent a lot of time doing prep work on a lot of fires. And the most important fires is the one that when you're cold, when you're wet, when you're in a serious situation, that's the time to spend doing the most prep work, because you really don't have a lot of time. You really want to get this thing to go, first go, so that you can get a hot drink into you, so that you can get warm, so you can take care of yourself. But anyway, as you can see, I have my own style of doing feather sticks, but you need a base, and you keep that arm rigid, and you push with your body, and it's all about control, right? And if you have a nice clean piece with no knots, right, which, like I said, in this forest here, you're going to really be hard pressed to find something along those lines. But get that bark off, and then just alright. You get these big curly cues here. Put lots of pressure on, you get big ones. Light pressure, you get small ones. Like I said, you cut them right off, it doesn't matter, right? There's no, regardless of what anybody says, there's no perfect way of doing this. What you want small stuff that is going to work. Now I'm working on this wood here. Alright, now I'm going to check to see if it's dry. Here's how I check. I put it to my lip, and if it's cold, it's wet. This is cold. This is very cold. That wood is wet inside. Alright? It's not too bad. And that's alright. So, but this piece here is soaking in the moisture. Anyway, basically that's how I do fire sticks, and I do them in these. I've got a bunch of them made up. I'm going to do a fire in the next video. I have a piece of equipment I want to test out and do a review on, and make myself a cup of coffee. I've been working damn hard for you people. Alright? I enjoy this. Till next time.